Monday, the day before Veterans Day, the Marine Corps celebrating a birthday. One of two birthdays. Marine Corps celebrates two birthdays, different founding dates.
Okay.
Hoorah. My father is a Marine, so.
I love that.
And as he tells me all the time, you're never a former Marine. Yes. Unless you were dishonorably discharged, and that's a very small number of people. You're always a Marine.
Always a Marine.
How you doing, man? Good morning.
I'm doing good.
Okay.
How about you? You have a good night?
Good. Yeah. I mean, we have some stuff to talk about as this free agent market starts to take place. I know there were a lot of people talking yesterday at the GM meetings in San Antonio, and we're going to get to some of that ourselves today. And I guess while you were watching something else, the discussion starts with Juan Soto. And his camp yesterday put some information out there, Scott Boras and company, that the potential employers for 2025 and beyond are lining up, and that it is a long and distinguished list. Beyond a handful of mystery teams, which always seems to be the case for big players like this, 7 suitors have been identified as being involved in the Juan Soto sweepstakes. To what degree the seriousness is, that was not specified, but there are 7 teams, according to John Heyman's report, and John spoke to Scott about this, that have called about Juan Soto. That's the list on the screen. So we're going to start the program this morning with Harold ranking the seriousness of each of the 7 teams. Give me your 7 to 1. Start with the team that you feel is the
Before we start,
realistic.
I do say this. If you're a mystery team, you're already out. Because the players in are real.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's no mystery here.
So if the mystery team is the Rockies, you're not buying it?
No.
Okay.
Not buying it.
Fair enough.
All right? So we're going.
Here we go.
Remember, he was at 450 back in the day. So here's our list. 7 to 1. Number 7, Tampa Rays are in this. I'm not even buying that one. He's going to cost more than the new stadium they're moving into. So I'm not buying that.
I've lost my mind.
All right. Number 6, the Red Sox. I believe they're in it. And they're falling in at number 6. They got a little ways to go. This is the ranking. All right. Number 5, Yankees. Number 5. Yes, I think that they're that far down on the list. And I'm curious because their finances are different than most. They have money invested in big players already, being Aaron Judge and a pitcher that just came back in Garrett Cole. All right, let's go. Number 4, the Blue Jays.
Wait, you give the Blue Jays a better chance of signing Juan Soto than the Yankees?
At the end of the day, this is about who pays me the most money. That's what I'm going on. I'm not saying, hey, here's where I think I'll win championships. I'm thinking this is where I get the most money because I think I can lead that team to a title. Toronto Blue Jays, if they were truly in on Shohei Ohtani at $700 million, which they were, Scott is going down that trail.
Is this just because you're partial of our neighbors to the north?
I love Canada. I love Canada.
All right.
All right, number 3, San Francisco Giants. Look, they went in on Judge. They went on Correa. They need a premier slugger. They haven't had a 30-homer guy since Barry Bonds.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Can I guess your number 2?
Go ahead.
Can I guess?
The Twins have a new explosive weapon.
Is it the Twins?
No, it's not the Twins.
New explosive
not the
weapon?
Twins.
Oh, the
It
Mets.
is the Mets.
Okay.
They're number 2. Okay. Number 2 and number 1 are going to be interchangeable. They're going to be fighting it out. All right. My number 1 team, I said this yesterday. I believe it to be so. I think the Dodgers, if they want to, they can go do this.
2 and 2 to Harvey Keene. And where do they come up with the additional $600 million to sign Juan Soto, given the payroll commitments that are already out there?
Well, you really, okay, if you look at Shohei Ohtani, all right, $700 million, he's playing under a $2 million contract. You know how many players made $2 million last year? Over 165. All right? At $2 million. So now that money for Shohei is still 9 years away before they got to finish the 680.
And during those 9 years, they're making interest on their own money.
They already paid that contract off. I mean, he's got a whole country that paid that money off already, watching him every day. So that's a wash. So now they're starting with a clean slate. Let's go get the free agent we want to go get, if they so desire. That's just my take.
So you think Yankee fans are going to say sayonara?
Sayonara. I don't think Yankee fans are going to say sayonara, but I do think they're down the list.
Okay.
It was a nice run. But if they want to really seriously get in, because here's what happens. You know, we're looking at, let's say you have Aaron Judge at your whatever, 300, 400 million, whatever his contract is. You just re-up Garrett Cole. You're going to try to go get. They got a lot of holes.
Yeah.
They still got people you got to pay to bring in there.
I still think.
And then you're going to throw Soto on top of that. I just.
It's a good point.
They're going to make their run. I'm not saying they won't make the run, but if you got that many people, I would have said a year ago, no way this guy gets $600 million.
Right, because we thought when he said no to the reported alleged $450 to stay in D.C., got traded to the Padres, and then he spent a year and a half taking walks, we thought that money's not coming back. Well, it's coming back and then some.
And it'll be desperation.
Wild.
We'll see who goes there.
It's going to take some big money.
The Washington Nationals might be a mystery team.
Yeah, the financials are going to be pretty big there,
Now, the one mystery team, if it's so, the Washington Nationals be interesting. They went 450 before.
It'd be counter to everything they're trying to accomplish there.
Maybe he's
developing
the cherry on top.
They're not, I don't think they need a finishing piece yet. They need someone to pitch, is what they need.
No.
But your point is well taken on. Maybe there is a mystery team worth evaluating. Let's move on.
Go back to my point. If you're a mystery, you're out of it.
Let's move on. There was other news yesterday. Joel Sherman reporting after having a conversation with GM Brandon Gomes of the Dodgers that Los Angeles expects eight-time All-Star Mookie Betts to move back to the infield next season, second base or shortstop. He started 61 games at shortstop, 12 at second base last year. Look, we know he is a premier defender anywhere he goes. I'll ask you this because you know Mookie well from an analyst standpoint and as a person because you're close to him. Where does he want to be? Where's he at his best?
I think if you ask Mookie, he'd love to play short because he loves the challenge of it, and he loved playing there. But second base is where he came up at. Now, let's remember, Mookie Betts was a premier primetime prospect for the Red Sox, right? And back in the day when Mookie came over to the Dodgers, when he first signed, he'd play anywhere like we talked about. He can bowl even with the cool hat on, Matt. He can do it all right? But Mookie can play second base. We've seen him do this. He makes the plays. Let's not forget, here's what I was going to say. Oh, how did I get in this? Woo! That's a play, folks.
Yeah, take your UZR on that one.
Care about Brian Kenny? But with the range and the fact that you got to do that now, this is what Mookie can do. So, yes, he just went over to short. He'd take ground balls forever, making all the plays, the athleticism, doing everything he can. All right? So, anyway, the point being, Mookie's got that Ozzie Smith in him. He's got that flair. Get up, I just love looking at the old highlights. But this is what you see when you get Mookie Betts. Look at Ozzie. You like this, Matt?
How did he? Was it? Oh, man, that's good.
The athleticism. All right, now the video's over. Let me make my point. Mookie moved to the outfield, who Buck Showalter calls the best right fielder he's ever seen. All right, you play Fenway Park, right, the way he did, you're pretty doggone good. But he moved there, why? Because the Red Sox had Dustin Pedroia. He was a second baseman. And he had to move to the outfield because Pedroia was blocking him. And so, yes, I think he goes back to second base. Now, we go full circle with Soto. Does it make sense if Mookie's playing the infield that the Dodgers are not trying to line themselves up to go get Juan Soto?
So you think this is a part of that?
Absolutely. They don't do moves just happenstance.
It's you connecting dots. Okay. Maybe there's something there because, honestly, in the absence of signing somebody like Juan Soto, why wouldn't you keep him in the outfield? You're starting to sell me on this. I'm starting to think that you're onto something here with Soto going to the Dodgers.
The sad thing with the Soto news, we will not get an answer till, what, late February?
No, come on, man. Let's be more optimistic than that. When this market gets held up like that, and I get it, the agent is the guy doing all that stuff, but, you know.
Well, the agent has probably 15 players.
Right. I mean,
and that's what's going to hold the market.
We get to a place like we were last year where guys, camp is about to break and the season's about to start and there's still players unsigned. I don't think that's going to happen.
Hopefully the players learned, watching Blake Snell and watching Montgomery, how they started their seasons.
Right.
It's hard to play catch-up in the big leagues, man.
Right.
It affected their whole seasons.
Hey, there was one other note from last night's news cycle we wanted to refresh you of, and that is Padres manager Mike Shildt has agreed to a 2-year extension that takes he and the Pods together through the 2027 season. They had an 11-win improvement from 2023. Schultz's first year as a manager was a success on many levels, and why not run it back? A.J. Preller on the extension.
Dating back about 10 years ago, he was always a guy and that was on our radar as a real up-and-comer in the game, somebody that really had a tremendous reputation as a winner, a teacher of the game. He took a talented group and, got them together really from day one. Super glad to be here today to announce the extension with Mike Schilt.
Wow, just extremely blessed, grateful, appreciative of the confidence that ownership and AJ has shown, and not only me being in the organization now going on 4 years, but moving forward on continuing what has already been a start of the best era in Padre baseball. It's an absolute privilege and an honor to be their manager, and I'm beyond excited to continue to that for the next 3 years. We're all excited to continue to move this together.
Pods looked like they were headed for bigger and brighter things in 2024 until they ran into a wall in Game 4, their division series matchup with the eventual World Series champ. But if you talk about the whole body of work from opening day on, the Pods were good last year, and Mike Schilt was a part of that, for sure, a major part of that, and that's why they're bringing him back on a 2-year extension.
Two things, and then I'll shut it down. We'll bring Lauren in here. But 2 things. One, every day in spring training, he made it a point to go for a walk with A.J. Preller to talk about, hey, where are we going with this?
That's the old Bochy Sabian walk.
Yes.
That's what that is.
I got to know where you're going with this, and that's played a big part for their success. Secondly, this will be the first long spring training for him. Last year they went to Korea. They opened the season early, and so now he's going to have a chance to really go through the full spring. Here's what I expect of the players. They're going to be better than they were last year.
I think so, too. Everything's in place for them to be, if not better, than just as good in a postseason team again next year. Let's say good morning to Lauren.
I love you, girls. I love you, too. Don't worry about it. 4 shows in, you've used UZR 4 times. Do you know that?
Have I really?
Yay! Yes,
wow,
indeed.
Look at you,
Taking notes of how many times, because I think UZR's dumb.
Why?
Among other saber-electrics that I think
front
are dumb.
offices are saber-electrically
front office is
minded.
saber-electrically minded.
This show, we've been doing it for way too long. Sam on X, perfect attendance for week 1. What about week 2? It's not going to be good, Sam.
Week 2?
I'll tell you that much.
How many shows are you missing next week?
The whole week. We're gone.
The whole week. You're missing the whole week for 1 show in Vegas?
I'll be here Monday.
We're doing rehearsals.
Oh, yes, rehearsals.
I'll be here Monday.
Rehearsals. I had a mystery guest booked for next week that would have blown you away.
Well, push it back a week.
I have
to. Are you hosting the show by yourself like you've always wanted to? Don't lie.
If there's with any luck, I will.
We're going out to do the MLB Awards show, and then I'm staying for an MLB Tonight by the Fountains in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Come on, man.
It's a Greg idea. It's going to be a good one. Hey, congratulations are in order for, we talked about him, Mookie Betts. 2 days after winning the World Series. You see this? Placed second in a local scratch bowling tournament.
Oh, he was raving about that. The championship night.
Yes.
They win in New York. He comes up on the set, and I'm like, Mook, man, congratulations. You guys got this done a little bit quicker. He goes, I can now get to the bowling tournament.
Was there like a 5'10" maximum among the entrants of this thing?
You be kind. Just a local Southern California bowling alley. Imagine him walking in. Do you like bowling? I feel like that's right up your alley.
I love bowling.
Like mozzarella sticks with the guys.
Look at
so
Mookie,
you.
man.
It's a great. Bowling is so underrated and underappreciated, and bowling is a blast, man.
The shoes skeeve me.
I'll tell you what.
Well, that's because they're public shoes, right? You're not a public shoes girl so much.
Yeah, those are nasty.
You see, Lauren?
You have to get your. Oh,
With
can you
the red,
imagine?
blue, and green blocks. They don't really go with this outfit.
Tenactin.
Totally.
Lauren sees like somebody had just taken off their shoes like this, and then they hit it with the Tenactin, and then they move it over to Lauren. Okay, miss, here's your rental shoes.
Thank you. Along those lines, we have a voicemail. What could go wrong?
Hi, my name is Chaz. I'm from Hawaii, and I am so happy that Hot Stove is back. But I have a question for Lauren. Now, I've watched you since the beginning of Hot Stove when the first came on. I watched you on MLB Central, and I have a question. How big is your closet? I have never remembered seeing you wear the same outfit, dress, skirt, pants, whatever it is. So your closet must be humongous, or you must own your own Ross Dress for Less store or Nordstrom's or something, because I've never seen you wear the same outfit. It's amazing. You have a great day, and have a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup for me.
Do we
have a great day?
Can I respond to that for a couple of ways?
Great.
Yes, you may.
First of all, is it the same guy that calls from Hawaii, or are we big in Hawaii? It seems like we have an audience out there. We don't have an audience in the continental U.S. for worth a darn, but they're watching in Hawaii, I think.
Watching in that old folks' home in Hawaii. That's where they're at. That's pretty good.
We want you to contact the show and let us know.
Wait a minute, what about the closet?
What about the wardrobe? You just can't, like, hey.
We'll talk about it later. 877-321-6526. Also, a big political week, gentlemen. We stick to baseball around here.
Yes, we do.
But we need, as a country, unity. And I think we can agree there's only one man for the job.
Oh, gosh.
今シーズンもいよいよ終盤を迎え、来シーズンに向けた各チームの動向が注目される中、MLB ファンにとっても待ち遠しい季節がやってきましたね。オンオフのホットトピックとして、フアン・ソトの移籍先がどこになるかは、特に大きな関心を集めており、各チームのファンの間で様々な憶測が飛び交っています。ヤンキース、ブルージェイズ、ドジャースなど、歴史と実力を兼ね備えたチームが名を連ねていますが、最終的にソトがどのチームで新たな活躍を見せるのか、ファンにとっては今から胸が高まりますね。ソトのようなスーパースターが加入することで、シーズンの流れが一変する可能性があるのも MLB の醍醐味と言えるでしょう。また、ロサンゼルス・ドジャースでは、ムーキー・ベッツの守備位置の変更が話題を詰めています。彼が再び内野でプレーすることで、チームの戦略や選手配置に新たな幅が生まれるかもしれません。内外野で卓越した守備力を持つベッツが内野に戻ることで、外のような大物選手のためのスペースが作られる可能性もあるのでは、と期待が膨らみます。ベッツの柔軟なプレーは、どのポジションでも活躍できると証明されていますから、彼が次にどんなプレーを見せてくれるのか、今から楽しみでなりません。さらに、サンディエゴ・パドレスのマイク・ルト監督が2年間の契約延長を結んだというニュースも嬉しいですね。彼は初年度からチームを大きく向上させ、ファンの期待に応える結果を残しました。シルト監督のリーダーシップの下、パドレスが今後どのように成長していくのか、さらに強力なチームへと進化していくことに大いに期待が寄せられています。また、シルト監督と GM が毎日共に歩きながら、チームの未来について議論を重ねる姿勢も、チームにとって非常に心強い要素です。このようなささやかなコミュニケーションがチームの団結力を高め、成功への鍵となっていることは間違いありません。そして、ムーキー・ベッツのボーリング大会参加の話題も、選手たちのユニークな一面を垣間見せてくれました。ワールドシリーズ制覇のわずか数日後に、彼が地元のボーリング大会に出場したというエピソードは、彼の人間味やプロとしての柔軟性を感じさせる素晴らしい話です。彼があれほどの成功を収めつつも、身近な趣味を楽しむ姿は、ファンにとっても親しみを感じさせるものです。また、ボーリングに情熱を注ぐ彼の姿勢は、フィールド上のプレーにも似たものがあるように感じられ、ファンにとっても共感できる部分が多いでしょう。さらに、私たちの番組に寄せられる視聴者の皆様からの温かいフィードバックやご質問にも感謝しています。特にローレン・シェハディエのクローゼットの中には一体何着の服があるのかという疑問など、ファンからの楽しいコメントが番組の雰囲気をさらに和やかにしてくれますね。このような視聴者の声を反映させて、 今後も番組をより良いものにしていきたいと考えていますので、どんなことでもお気軽にコメントをお寄せいただければ嬉しいです。MLB の最新ニュースやハイライトをお届けするこのチャンネルでは、今後も熱いトピックをたくさん取り上げていきます。シーズン中の興奮をそのままに、オフシーズンも皆さんと一緒に MLB の魅力を深く掘り下げていきましょう。ぜひいいねとチャンネル登録をして、最新の MLB 報をいち早くチェックしてくださいね。また、コメント欄で皆さんのご意見や感想をお聞かせいただけると嬉しいです。皆さんと一緒に MLB の話題を楽しみ、シーズンの幕が開くまでのワクワクを共有できることを心から楽しみにしています。